Hey everyone, welcome to today's live. Happy Sunday, and I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day. We are going to get started on today's live, which is all about why you feel anxious when speaking and, of course, how to fix it. So I'm going to give you guys just a couple of seconds to introduce yourself. In the chat box, please tell me your name. Also, tell me if you're an introvert or an extrovert. I want to know who you are. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to engage with you. And I'd love to kind of bring you into my community here on LinkedIn for introverted leaders. So let's get started, shall we? Now, let me ask you guys this. Have you ever felt your heart race, your palms get sweaty, or your voice shake when you're speaking up in a meeting? If that's you, trust me, you're not alone. Even top executives struggle with this all of the time. Majority of my clients are executives, and if they're dealing with it, then it's no wonder some of us deal with it as well. So what if I told you that there was actually a way to retrain your brain and really reduce that fear? Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Malik, and I'm an executive speaking coach for introverted leaders. I used to turn red as a tomato. Let's just get that out of the way. Anytime I had to speak, it was embarrassing. It was awful. And because of that, I used to avoid speaking altogether. And I would also replay all the embarrassing moments in my head for days. And of course, constantly doubt myself. So when I say red as a tomato, I mean actually really, really red. That's how scared I was, and that's how embarrassed I was, and that's how much anxiety I had. If you can relate to this, or if you've ever had an embarrassing moment, or you just don't like speaking and you get anxiety with the thought of just getting up and speaking in front of a large audience, drop a thumbs up. I want to see how many of us are there, how many of us have been through it, and how many of us have speaking anxiety. So it's okay, don't be shy. Let me know who you are. I want to see how many of us there are out there. And also, by the way, if you are an introverted leader who wants to stop feeling anxious and start speaking with confidence, I want to be the first to invite you to a community that I am launching, a private community that I'm launching just for you. It's going to be epic. I'm so excited for it. And if you want to know more about it, if you want to be the first to get all the information, the perks, the bonuses, the launch price, the extra discounts, then make sure you join the waitlist now. It's on my profile, and you just click on I want in, join waitlist, or you can also go to www.mariamalik.co. And I'll be sharing a lot more information about that soon. By the way, it's launching very, very soon, and the waitlist door is about to close. So get on that waitlist if you haven't already. All right. Let's talk about why speaking anxiety even happens in the first place, because it's very important to understand where it's coming from and why we have to deal with it. So let's break it down. Now, speaking anxiety isn't just in your head. It's actually a survival response that's built into our brains. So here's exactly what happens, okay? The moment you have to speak, your brain sees it as a threat. It basically triggers your amygdala, which is a part of your brain that reacts to danger, okay? So the problem is your amygdala really doesn't know the difference between giving a presentation or being chased by a lion. To it, it's reacting the same way. And that's why you suddenly feel the racing heart, the shaky hands, the sweaty palms, the dry mouth, the brain fog. That's why all of this happens. It's all just part of your body kind of preparing for fight or flight mode, okay? So you're not crazy, is what I'm telling you. It's a very, very real thing, because I know some of us, I used to think I was crazy. I was like, what is this? Why do I get so scared? Another thing is that if you've ever had your mind go completely blank, maybe let's say when you're about to ask your boss for input or you're in a meeting, it's not because you're not good at speaking. It's because your brain was in survival mode. That's why it was happening. Again, always think fight or flight. So it's almost like it's a mechanism, a quick response. You almost don't have control over it, and that's why it's happening. So if this sounds familiar to you, let me know in the comments if you've ever had a moment where your brain completely froze up while speaking, or maybe it went blank. I know a lot of us feel that. Or maybe you just start to really feel your heartbeat go up really, really fast. Tell me in the comments what you've experienced. I do like to go back and read your comments to see what is going on, what people are experiencing, and what they want help in. So please let me know in the comments if that is you. Also, if you are someone that's tired, by the way, of speaking anxiety and you feel like it's really holding you back, that's exactly why we'll be tackling it in my new private community for introverted leaders. So if you have not already, again, here is a reminder to join the waitlist. It's your chance to basically practice and grow in a very safe and supportive space where you'll learn public speaking, communication, leadership skills, and of course, we're going to tackle that anxiety together. So now that we know why speaking anxiety happens in the first place, let's talk about what to do to reduce speaking anxiety, okay? Now, the good news is you can actually retrain your brain to stop seeing speaking as a complete threat, okay? And one of the fastest ways to do that is the grounding statement method. Let me explain to you what that is, okay? Here's how it basically works. The first step in the grounding statement method is before you start speaking, you need to center yourself because again, your nervous system is taking over, your brain's taking over. So you have to take back a bit of that control and you need to center yourself, okay? So you can do that in many different ways. You can try breathing exercises. You can try pacing back and forth. You can try calling your spouse, like, hey, I'm about to go up and I'm a little bit nervous. Can you just help me kind of feel a little bit better? You want to center yourself before you actually go and put yourself in front of people to speak. So another great thing that you could do when it comes to a grounding statement method is say a grounding statement to yourself. Because think of it this way, before we get up in front of an audience, what are the things we're telling ourselves? What's running through your mind? You're probably saying, why did I sign up for this? This was such a bad idea. There's going to be so many people there. They're going to judge me. Am I good enough? Should I even have been here? Is this a good idea? You're going to say all of these things in your head. And then guess what? You're not grounded anymore. So to come back to the center, you're going to take back control. And it starts by taking control of your thoughts because thoughts become things. Thoughts become actions. So instead of saying, I can't do this, this is difficult, you're going to say, I am in control of this moment. And say it out loud. It's much more powerful when you say it out loud. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be present. I know most of us have imposter syndrome, and most of us are always just trying to be perfect all the time. That's impossible, first of all. And people are not looking for perfection. Your audience is looking more for connection. So remember that. So saying something like, I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be present is very, very powerful. And you can also tell yourself, I've done this so many times before, and this time I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to do it better. So it's almost like having that little prep talk with yourself, preparing yourself. Athletes do this all the time. If you ever look into the locker room before they start, before they get out there and play a game, their coach will come in and say, hey, we're going to do this, we're going to this and that, right? So that's essentially what you're doing. It's actually very powerful for you. So what this is going to do is it's going to shift your focus away from yourself and onto the message that you want to share. Because most of us are so in our heads and we always think it's about us and me. And of course, when you put all that pressure on yourself, of course, you're going to have anxiety. Of course, you're going to feel nervous. So to avoid that, put that pressure external, okay? Or put that thought process to your audience instead. Why are they here? What do they want? Okay, that's what these grounding exercise is going to make you do. It's going to help you center yourself so you can think more clearly. When you can think more clearly, you can focus on your audience a little bit better. Okay, let me give you guys an example. So let's say that you're in a very high stake meeting. Okay, instead of panicking, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I am in control of this moment. Okay, I'm in control of my thoughts. And that small shift alone is going to stop the fear from spiraling out of control. And it helps you focus on what you really want to say instead of what's happening with your body. Okay. By the way, if this resonates with you, I want you to even try it right now, by the way. Say something right now. I'm great at public speaking. I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm bringing so much value to people. This is something I like to tell my audiences. Even right now, when I'm doing a live like this, it is a little bit nerve-wracking. I still get anxiety sometimes, but I know how to control it. And because of that, I keep showing up over and over again. Okay. So I want you to try this next time. Try it right now. Say something positive and try it next time you're in a meeting or next time you're feeling that anxiety come up. Okay, say it out loud if you can. It's much more powerful. And by the way, if these are the type of techniques that are resonating with you and you want to practice them in a very private, supportive space, I want to remind you one more time to join the waitlist for my new community. It's basically designed to help introverted leaders speak with more confidence without forcing themselves to be more extroverted. So if that's you, if you want to get better, if you want to learn to control your anxiety, be better at public speaking, communication, and leadership speaking skills, then this is going to be exactly for you. Make sure you join the link. The wait list, it's launching very, very soon. I'm super excited for it. I cannot wait to have the founding members in there. And if you're on the wait list, you'll have a chance of being a founding member with a lot of perks and bonuses and all this extra stuff. So the link is in my profile. Or you can also just go to mariamalik.co. Join the waitlist. Okay. And by the way, I'm seeing a lot of people have already joined. So congratulations. I'm excited to have you guys on here. I send out reminders every week of what's going on with updates. It's going to be something truly special that we're going to build together. So super excited to have you on for everyone that's already put themselves on the waitlist. All right. Now, I want you to take away something from today's live. By the way, I do these lives because these are the topics that keep coming up over and over again when I'm working with my clients. Anxiety, going blank, my mind is all over the place. I don't know what to say. So the takeaway for you is really from today's live that speaking anxiety is not a personality flaw. Just because you're an introvert does not mean that anxiety is part of who you are. It's more of a brain pattern, and you have to start looking at it that way. Okay. Once you understand what's happening, you can really rewire how you respond and take back control. So remember, your body is going into your fight or flight mode. Okay. That's what's happening naturally, but that doesn't mean you cannot change it. You can absolutely change it by rewiring your brain, by changing your thoughts, by monitoring your thoughts and making sure that they are thoughts that are going to add value to you as a speaker. Okay, so saying things like, I've got this, done this so many times before, everyone is here because I am great at my job and have so much value to bring. You guys need to start speaking better to yourself. Okay, not just speaking better to yourselves, about yourselves to other people too. Okay, your brain is listening. Your brain, that hardwire, it's listening to everything that you're saying, especially about yourself. Okay, and it's going to start believing it. So make sure you work on that. Okay, work on your thoughts. Thoughts become things. Thoughts become actions. Okay, and if you are ready to go from feeling anxious to owning the room when you speak, I really want you to join the waitlist for my community. It's going to be closing off soon because we're launching very, very soon. I'm super excited. And to let you know a little bit about it, again, it's for introverted leaders who want to learn, practice, and build confidence together. So definitely want you on the waitlist, and congratulations to everyone that's joining. I keep getting notifications on my laptop every time somebody joins. So I want you guys to let me know in the chat box what you have learned today, because every time you write down, it kind of solidifies and makes sure that you remember instead of just listening to me. Write down, what have you learned today about anxiety? It could be something simple as anxiety is a brain pattern, or it could be something like, hey, anxiety is not part of me. It's just something that happens to me and I have control over it. Okay, tell me what you have learned about anxiety in the chat box. Okay. I also want you to tell me about a speaking situation where you've felt anxious before, and let's talk about it. If you want to DM me about it, by the way, that's perfectly fine too. I love talking to you guys because it helps me understand things better, because my experience with public speaking might be a little bit different from yours, and maybe we both have gone through something, and I do want to have more conversations with you guys so I can learn better how I can help you. So send me a DM. If you don't want to post it here, totally fine. Send me a DM of a time that you felt very anxious while speaking, and tell me what happened during that time. Did you go blank? Did you turn red as a tomato like me? Did your hands start to sweat? What happened during that time? Tell me, okay? And let's have that talk. Let's really kind of get to know more about it, and I'm going to tell you if I can help you with it or not, okay? So thank you so much for joining, and I hope you learned a lot about anxiety today, and I hope you've learned at least one thing and one takeaway of how you can control your anxiety and not let anxiety control you. Also, again, if you have not already joined the wait list, you're going to get so much information about what is coming. You guys, this is going to be epic. I feel like My 5 years as an executive speaking coach has led me to this. And I'm so excited to bring this to you guys and make it something that everyone can join. And it's going to be a great learning experience. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be a place where you could be yourself and grow. So do take advantage of this, join the waitlist, and I will tell you guys more on what it is very, very soon. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a lot. Again, I'll be looking out for your DMs. I try my best to respond to as many DMs as possible. So send me your DMs, tell me what your experience is like, and if you've learned anything from today, also let me know. Okay? So I want to say thank you so much to everyone. Have a great Sunday. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.